felt down and drained, constantly tired. I felt that there was no hope. Hope was hopeless and that I was worthless. I constantly felt tired. It didn't matter how long I slept for, I always felt tired. And I started to take that pain onto myself. I started to feel like there was no other option, and my life was meaningless. I couldn't see the light. The light was non-existent, and I felt like I didn't belong, and I didn't. I had no other options. I thought people wouldn't care and it would all go unnoticed. The pain I felt was too heart-wrenching. I had no motivation. I was in a battle against myself, and every day brought new challenges that I couldn't handle anymore. I just couldn't bear. So it all came down to this. I was either going to let it defeat me and simply give up, or I could power through it. But that meant change. I couldn't keep it to myself anymore. And I knew in order for that to happen, I was going to have to start climbing my way back up. But it wasn't easy. So I knew in order for that to happen, I was going to have to tell someone. And little did I know, one of my best friends was going through the exact same thing I was. And it was good knowing that I could relate to her and how I wasn't the first or last to be going through it. Knowing that the struggle you're facing today is your fuel, the fuel of determination. You are determined to power through it because you are not alone. Yes, it takes time, but you have to be committed. I still feel upset, but that doesn't stop me from living life. I overcame one stage, which is one step closer to happiness. And as little as talking to someone can save someone's life. And it did. It saved my life.
I hated myself. I felt like I was alone all of the time, no matter how many people were around me. I would be with my friends and just go lock myself in the bathroom so I could cry. I hated being with people, but at the same time, I was scared to be by myself because I didn't know what I would do to myself, what I would think about. I was embarrassed by it. I didn't want anyone to know, and I thought I should just be able to deal with it. I was really insecure, and I was convinced that everyone hated me. No one wanted me around. At night, instead of sleeping, I would lie awake thinking about how much I hated myself and obsessing over everything bad or stupid I had ever done. I wanted to kill myself because I felt like there was no hope, no way I could possibly feel better. I was planning suicide before high school. I thought suicide was the way out, that it was better for everyone around me. I truly believed I was hurting them more by being with them. By the end of grade 9, I was cutting myself all of the time, but I was always careful not to make the cuts too deep and to cover them up. I thought cutting was releasing the pain, but it was really just making it worse. I went through all of this alone for 2 years. Then it finally got better. The whole time I had refused to tell anyone because I was convinced that no one would care, no one would want to help me. And then I found out one of my best friends was going through the exact same thing I was. Talking to her literally saved my life. I'm not saying the second I talked to her, I was completely back to myself, because I wasn't, but I did get better. I still feel sad sometimes, and I still think about suicide or want to cut myself, but then I remember that I am loved and I do fit in. People do want me here.